Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Not So Superman, and today we're going to be talking about joining the military, and more particularly, what boot camp is going to be like. Before we start this video, I do want to give a quick shout out to my new partner, MFitness. MFitness is a brand based in Texas that is a fellow veteran-owned brand and fitness enthusiast like myself. They have amazing gear, an amazing lineup of clothes, and they just released a new pre-workout. I will link them down in the description below, and I will be doing a review on their products at a later date. If you have a passion for fitness, and if you are a veteran, or if you want to just check them out, go ahead and check them out below and use code NOTSOSuperman10 for 10% off your entire order. And now, let's go ahead and get into the video.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna...
Alright, so, you're probably thinking about joining the military. And if you are, the first thing that you have to do for any branch of the military is go through their basic training or boot camp. Now, what that entails is essentially a period of time where they train you to be part of the branch and part of the family of the military. The way it works is they'll take you in for a period of time and put you in a large group of people and mold you into however they want to mold you. Keep in mind that this video is a little bit biased because I am a Marine. I did go through Marine Corps basic training, so this is going to apply more so to the Marine Corps. However, it does apply to the rest of the military branches as well because they follow the same basic programming. The first thing that you need to know about joining any military branch and going to boot camp is that you are going to be faced with a challenge of being away from your loved ones for longer than you've probably ever been away from them before. And the way that this kind of affects you is it stresses you out and it gives you more anxiety because you're not faced with the same familiar features of home. You're not seeing the same faces. You're thrown into a new environment, a completely new surrounding area with people that you've never met before that you now have to call family and work with for the next however long you're there for. And this is a large stressor for a lot of people because they're not used to being away from the ones that they love for such a long period of time, and not getting to even see them or speak to them is a tough challenge. The only way that you can communicate with them for the most part is through writing letters and things like that. And that is going to be a huge factor in how your overall time is going to go in the military and how much stress you have. The next point that I want to make, point number two, is that the next thing that you're going to probably look at is the physical fitness standards. Every branch has their own physical fitness tests, no exceptions there, but some are easier than others. Air Force. But nonetheless, you do need to get yourself in somewhat of a decent physical shape for boot camp or basic training wherever you're deciding to go. Now, this does not mean that you have to be perfect and get perfect scores the entire time, although I know in the Marine Corps we do award something known as the Ironman for somebody that gets a perfect score on their physical fitness test as well as their combat fitness test. I'm sure the other branches do similar things. However, you don't have to have perfect scores. As long as you're in the top percentage, you'll be just fine. Whatever the physical fitness test is for the branch that you're planning on going into, look into it and see what the top scores are. Never look at the bottom scores, because the better your scores, the better your top promotion ranking is going to be, the better you're going to feel in the military, and the more easy it's going to be for you to actually acclimate. Because if you're out of shape when you go into boot camp, it's going to be a tough time, or any basic training for that matter. If you're not in decent physical shape, it's going to be a lot tougher for you to acclimate, and it's going to be a lot tougher for you to get used to moving all the time and being up on your feet. The third point that I want to make here is that going into the physical fitness thing, you have to get used to moving around a lot. From the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep, you are constantly moving because everything is on a set schedule, and you are constantly moving from place to place, and you're constantly doing something physical, whether it be doing a workout, whether it be doing a combat fitness test, physical fitness test, whatever it may be, you are going to be moving probably a lot more than you used to moving. Unless you're an athlete or something like that, then you're kind of used to it. But even then, it's an everyday basis. There is no break. The only kind of break that you get is usually Sunday when you go to church. Other than that, the rest of the week you are up and about and moving, and it is a lot of physical strain on you if you're not used to that kind of stuff. So get used to being on your feet, get used to moving around a lot, and again, being in physical shape is going to help you get better at it and be easier adjusted to that. The next thing is get used to somebody telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. When you go to any form of basic training, you are doing everything on their schedule. You go to the bathroom on their schedule, you eat on their schedule, you sleep on their schedule, you take breaks on their schedule, you sit down on their schedule. You get the idea. The toughest thing for people to adjust to is that, as well as the lack of family members and lack of support. But that is another huge thing in boot camp that you have to get used to, is doing something on somebody else's schedule 24/7. Everything is on a set schedule, everything is programmed for you, and every day is planned out months ahead of time, and the training that you're doing is completely planned out down to the last minute that you're doing it, so you're not going to have a lot of downtime. With that, you're going to get used to moving around on somebody else's schedule, and you only do things whenever you're told to do them. I know in the Marine Corps specifically, everything is micromanaged. How you eat, when you eat, how long you have to eat, when you sleep, when you take breaks, when you go to the bathroom. You have to get used to doing something on somebody else's schedule because you've never had this. Even if you've grown up in a tough household, this is still a whole new level of micromanaging. The next thing that you need to get ready for is going to be working as part of a team. And the biggest thing that the biggest thing that the military teaches you is to work as part of a unit, especially in the Marine Corps. Words like I, you are taken away from you, and you use words like these recruits and this recruit to get that sense of individuality away from you and to get you used to being part of a team and part of a family. The training is based all around doing everything as a unit, everything as a platoon, a squad, whatever you have going on. Everything is based on working as part of a team, as part of a family. Nothing you do, for the most part, is going to be singled out just based on your performance alone. Now, there are things like the fitness test and your rifle scores, things like that, that is solely on you. But for the rest of boot camp, the activities that you're going to be doing, the drill and everything like that is going to be working as part of a unit, simultaneously making sure that you're doing the best that you can and everything is going smoothly. And that is something that is very tough to get used to, is working as part of a team. And part of that comes mass punishment. When one person in that team messes up, the rest of the team gets punished for that one person's mistake. And it teaches you that if the entire unit is not performing cohesively, then the rest of the unit gets punished for it. Because a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, and they try to eliminate weak links right from the get-go and get you used to working smoothly and fluidly as part of a single team. The last point that I want to bring up is that no matter how good you think you have prepared, you are always going to be surprised and you are always going to be tested. The drill instructors and the drill sergeants, whatever you want to call them, are going to test you based on your performance and your team's performance. And no matter how well you prepare, whether it be physically, mentally, you are going to be surprised by something at boot camp. Because it is a new environment, you are going to be stressed, you are going to be losing a lot of weight, you're going to be sleep deprived. All of that is going to come into effect so that even the littlest, minutest tasks like finishing your meal are going to become a challenge. That comes with just keeping your head cool and keeping a level attitude about things and not letting your emotions get a hold of you. I did see a lot of guys in boot camp break under pressure, get angry, get an attitude, and that never works out well for you or the rest of the unit. That is the biggest thing that you could take away from this, is that no matter how well you prepare, no matter how many videos you watch on it, unless you are part of it, unless you have been a part of it, you will not know what it's like. Watching something through a camera lens or watching something on a movie is completely different than actually going through it yourself. So no matter how well you prepare, even if you are as prepared as you think you're going to get, you will be tested at boot camp or basic training regardless of the time that you put into it. And that is natural. That is what boot camp and basic training is made for. It is made to test you, it is made to challenge you, it is made to put you in situations that you have never been in before, to see how you acclimate to those situations as an individual and as a unit, most importantly. On top of that, no matter what you do or where you go after that, that'll stay with you. And some of the lessons that you learn, I know as a Marine specifically in boot camp, a lot of the lessons that you learn, you take away with you for the rest of your life. And it is an incredible experience but it is what you make it. There are people that come out of basic training, people that come out of boot camp, and they haven't learned a thing just based on their attitude and their negligence to actually apply themselves and learn things and help themselves out. Now other people that are skinny, people that you would not think would make it through boot camp, passed with flying colors just because of that mental attitude that they had, and no matter what was thrown at them, they managed to pass it with flying colors. I hope this video helped you out, guys. If you have any more questions about the military or boot camp or getting ready for anything in that manner, please feel free to ask in the comments section below. I can make another video on it very easily. And as always, guys, if you like what you see, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't, tell a friend. Done.
Suffocate everything, they complicate everything, they steal your fate every day, but you can't believe it. Take yourself far away from nothingness, million miles from emptiness.